Hello, everybody. Today I wanted to think about the depression. Unfortunately, the most of the people who are living with this condition do not understand how deep and tricky that shit could be. When you start thinking about what is going on in your life and crisis, world instability, and your personal life disadvantages could destroy you mentally. However, you may think that this is temporary and you will eventually be fine. But the world is a cruel place to live, and at last you find yourself anxious and stressed about it. Financial wealth, ability to travel, choosing yourself over the negative trends, etc. And eventually you find yourself always blue and puzzled, without any motivation to be in motion, without any force to live. I do not mean to stop existing, but not living as you're supposed to. I know what I'm telling you, because I'm on the start of my journey. This is bizarre how we joke and jump around this theme. Everybody has their own life tragedy, but nobody will understand others' problems as long as they are not in their shoes. I see it as a system where we can find abstract concepts and patterns that can be recognized. Me, myself, for example, having chronic long-term depression. This is a medical issue and unfortunately not a type of a bad mood. My doctor and I started to use pharmaceutical help several times through the last 3 years, and I dropped it, not finishing any of it. This time I understood that I can't help myself anymore and I need to finish this 1 year path to return my ability to see colors in this world once again. With all my experience that earned for this 7 years long depression. It started about 10 years ago, I believe. I was a pretty freedom loving young man. I started working to help my family financially. I was a college student and worked in many places, filling the future without any idea what I would do. I heard that if I would move to another country, I would have much more abilities to earn in the same way I earn here. And when I was 19, I tried it. And I failed. This was the first real world stress and depression of being failed in something that you imagined. In 2 months, I had to recover and return debts, which were about $1,000. Pretty insane amount for those times. I remembered that I was studying programming recently and took it as the closest and the most realistic way to earn much. And I knew it would be hard. I started my journey, had 4 jobs at once in the moment of my life. But after some time, everything got worked. I resurrected my financial core and earned money. It was a hard and stressful journey, but it was only the beginning. I found relationships and it went difficult. I had a lot of stress for 3 years, changing from the city of living to the capital, spending much and gained 40 kilograms of fat. I was about having type 2 diabetes. I found stress, I freed from it. I found emptiness, I freed again. I fought with the 40 kilograms and dropped them in 1 year, which has destroyed my hormone system and mental and physical stability. I thought I found freedom from depression because the stress is mostly gone. I thought that psychologists and therapy, pharmaceutical too, is horseshit and it's just about me, you know, just about something being wrong with my brain. After a while, I found a new relationship and I got married. Everything is fine except one thing. Each hard stress shakes me into this pit again. And I understand how everyone who is close to me suffers from this. I tried to work with a psychologist that helped me for that moment. 3 years since then, I got fired due to optimizations, and I'm currently going through plenty of interviews, which, as you know, are stressful, even though we are experienced. And I finally realized that my doctor was right. I have to finish all the courses of medication. I know one thing, I have to fight. And I have to do it by myself. I don't want to live like that, and I won. I will make my life better. I will return the joy to my brain. This is a long path. My main thought and conclusion, if you can see the pattern, if you can see that your stress is chronic, do yourself a favor. Save yourself. Get help. If you want to open your mind to help, nobody could give it to you. You will feel it as a weakness for some time, of course, as I do. But in the end, This is a price to be free and really strong in the future. This is not the thought that I wanted to share to you only, but also the thoughts that I wanted to send to myself as a reminder in this very difficult moment of life. Until then, loves.